So Mark, what is Visual Studio's escape to cancel selection?
Visual Studio introduced a new feature in 2013, which essentially collapsed or canceled a selection when you press the escape key. I find that this feature gets in the way of an otherwise smooth navigation experience because in CodeRush we use the escape key to go back and collect a marker. So let me just show you that right now. We'll go with the default Visual Studio behavior and I'll show you how it interferes here. So we're going to choose let escape, always cancel the selection. We'll save those changes. Now, for example, if I want to drill into list right here, I'll press F12, and then there you can see we're inside list. Now, in versions of Visual Studio prior to 2015, when we got to this point, list would not be selected. But in 2015 and up, the Visual Studio developers decided to select the class name. And so now, when we press escape, the selection is collapsed.
So it's that intermediate step, yeah.
Right, and then we have to press escape one more time to get back. That also affects marker collection in general. If I manually drop a marker here and I go somewhere else in the code and I happen to have a selection now ready to go back, when I hit escape, it collapses the selection.
Yeah.
And I have to hit it a second time to go back. So the number of times I have to hit it, it's different depending on whether there's a selection or not. What makes this even harder is that when I don't have a selection, Visual Studio highlights as if there was a selection as part of highlighting all the other identifiers that match the one that you're on. So there's a little bit more cognitive load.
So it can be harder to spot that there is a selection. If there is a selection, and we try to invoke a perfectly reasonable CodeRush feature, it might appear as if that feature is broken, when in fact we are currently responding to Visual Studio's feature first. So the suggestion is that for some people, indeed we hope the majority of people, we would simply choose to disable that collapse, that cancel selection piece, so that the very first escape key will take you back in one step in your marker chain.
That's right. So if you want the smoothest, fastest navigation experience, you want to choose this option here, bypass escape to cancel selection. However, if you rely on hitting that escape key to cancel selections, then you want to click this button down here. Let escape always cancel the selection. Let me show you one more thing with this. This whole idea of canceling a selection, right? So I've got a selection here and I want to cancel that or collapse it. If I want to collapse it so the caret's where it is on the left side, I just hit the left arrow key. If I want to collapse it so it's on the right side, I just hit the right arrow key. So you have workarounds that have existed throughout the years for collapsing selections, just the right or left arrow key. So I suggest using those and choosing this option right here, bypass escape to cancel selection for the smoothest, fastest navigation experience.
Good stuff. Thanks very much.
If you want to learn more about CodeRush and all its features, check out the documentation on our website. Thanks for watching.